What's going on, guys? Welcome to the What's Happening to Us podcast. I'm Jacob.
And I'm McKenna.
And today we got a special treat here for you. We finally, after all of the wait, after all of the talk that we've been putting up, you know, we were talking about doing this a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. Daggum it. 2 weeks ago we were supposed to do this.
2 weeks.
And we screwed it up. So, we are finally here with Kwik. Say what's up, Kwik.
What up?
Yes, we finally have Justin, our best friend, our brother, on our podcast. It's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, it is.
So we did. We were supposed to do this that weekend of the Logic concert.
Mm-hmm. We were too tired though.
That concert was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing,
dude. Let's just talk about that before we even get into this. What do you guys think was the most fun part of that concert?
That's a hard thing. Go ahead.
I think the best part was the intro to Logic.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
That was pretty dope.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
That was, yeah. So, for those, I don't know who watched our vlog, but this was all in the vlog. In fact, that intro was in the vlog. So, if you didn't watch the vlog, go back, go to our YouTube channel, watch that vlog. It's so cool. We had a really good time. It really chronicles the whole trip.
It's better in person, though. The video doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I had a blast in line, though. Like, just the fact that in line we were, like, bumping his music.
Yeah.
And everybody was going with it. That was just, like, very surreal for me.
It was a lot of fun when you were the only one who knew all the lyrics. You were rapping and everyone was, like, just kind of watching you and, like, all right,
That
cool.
was awkward. That was really awkward.
I think that's in the vlog. Did you watch the vlog yet?
Yeah, it didn't catch everybody, like, staring at me, but it definitely caught me feeling really awkward and looking awkward, like, arms crossed.
Yeah, you were like, all right, I'm just gonna go through it and do this song. I cut my mic out of the headphones because I'm tired of hearing that echo. That's why.
All right, well.
So it's I'm still there. Dude, that was a really good trip. That was a really fun trip.
It was a blast.
The drive there was fun. Mm-hmm. The drive back was not because
I was asleep.
I drove, so yeah.
Half. You drove half.
No, I drove more than half. You drove an hour.
This is our fight all the time, you guys.
He was too tired to even know.
So Justin, I talked about this, but I didn't. So all I said was that because you had forgotten something that you were like dead. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't say what was going on because I don't, bring up your personal stuff. But like Justin was like completely gone.
Mm-hmm. I slept for like 13 hours.
Yeah, it was insane. He slept all night, and in fact, you came up there. Did you come up Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so you slept Friday until. No, because we left Saturday morning early.
Saturday, he had to get up. We had to make him get up.
Yeah.
And then that night we woke. You slept. Okay, yeah. I remember what happened. We were supposed to record this podcast on Sunday, the day after the concert. Mm-hmm. And so Justin went to sleep on the way home, really immediately when we got in the car to come home, really.
Yeah, I was
he went to sleep, and then he slept until 3 o'clock the next day. It was 3 p.m. We didn't want to wake him up. He was needing that sleep bad, I think.
Yeah.
So that is why we ended up not being able to do the podcast because, we were doing some other stuff and then we had to wrap up and drive 4 hours home. So
it's Justin's fault.
So it's Justin's fault that this didn't happen.
Yeah, sorry guys.
And so with that being said, we're going to kick him off now and just continue on our... I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So I did set this up to be an interview. So we're going to kind of get into who you are, what's going on. So... you hear us call him Kwik. That is because he is a rapper. Mm-hmm. He likes to rap. And it's not because it's Christmas. It's not because it's a birthday. we are talking about hip hop, hippity hoppity, slippity sloppity. Those are his lyrics.
No.
All right, so
I might use that though.
So I've been promoting his music pretty much forever since he's been doing this. I always share his stuff on Facebook. A lot of people have seen it because a lot of friends and family listen to this, and so I'm sure they've seen me share it. I don't know how many people click links. Facebook's kind of like people just kind of fly through their feed, but we're gonna kind of just talk about his music. You'll see his music on our Facebook page all the time. Justin's a very close friend of ours, and so we're huge part of this promotion of your music. We really want to promote it a lot.
I'm very grateful for that too.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
We do it because we love it, and we are your number one fans. So let's just start from the very beginning. Give us your backstory. Who are you?
Who am I? Well, I got into music. I started playing. Well, let me take it back even further. When I was in like elementary school, I started listening to rap music. My mom would burn off CDs that she got, and so she'd burn off like Nelly, I think, and 50 Cent Massacre was when it started, and I was like, oh yeah, I was in like second grade. I should have been listening to that, but no, I was into it. And then in third grade, she got me Eminem Encore for Christmas, and then by fourth grade, as far as I know, I knew all of the lyrics that a fourth grader could really know. You know what I mean? But I was really into it back then, so it was always kind of one of those things that I enjoyed, just rap music in general. And then I started playing the tuba in sixth grade, and so I started to understand music more and enjoy it. And coming from that, I was a music major for like a semester. After that, I decided obviously I don't want to be a professional tuba player, so I took the time to just learn to engineer and write, and that's.
So when he says engineer, he is talking about producing, creating music. For people who don't know music. So how long would you say, if you put a number on it, how long have you been rapping?
Oh, man. I'd say roughly 3.5 years.
3.5 years? Yeah, I would say, I think looking at your SoundCloud today, some of those real early songs were 3 years ago. So 3 or 4 years ago. 3.5 years sounds about right. So... Okay. Do you feel like... Okay, I don't know how to word this. Okay, let's say this. How much have you grown in those 3.5 years, would you say?
Dang. A lot, man. I put a lot of time in. Honestly, I can't say that I've put in as much time as some of my inspirations, but I put a lot of time in and a lot of focus. I treat it like every song is practice. You know what I mean? It's something to learn, to grow. And, I write a lot more than I record, and I definitely record a lot more than I release. So it's always just like something in the background that I'm working on. So people don't really hear that. People don't really know, but it's definitely something that I've worked a lot on. So the growth has been insane. If you go back through my SoundCloud, you'll definitely
you can definitely hear progression if you go through that, for sure. So, do you want to talk about the Will to Survive at all?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's just kind of talk about where that came from. So you start off talking about you're 7 years old.
Yeah. When I was 7 years old, my dad, who wasn't really around in the first place, committed suicide. So it was like, and actually what had happened was my grandfather, his dad, passed away in the hospital. He was battling cancer. So then 3 days later, he committed suicide. And then like 7 days later, my uncle died in surgery. So it was just like, boom, death.
Wow.
Wow. And It definitely shaped me for a good while. I think now it's definitely just like in the past. It's not something that I battle as much anymore because I'm 22 years old, so
it's been some time, but that's still huge.
But that's what I was talking about in that song.
So the Will to Survive, I don't know who's heard it and who hasn't. Definitely hear it. It was a true story, about this. He wrote about this, and this was at a time of your life when you wrote this song and recorded this song. Not when you recorded it. I don't know if you recorded it after, right?
No. I mean, like,
you recorded it before.
Yeah, but I'd switch some lyrics out.
Okay, so talk about that time of your life. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, man, I was heavy on some drugs. That's like the best way to put it. That's the most upfront way to say it. The chorus and the idea of it actually came from an acid trip. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing, but like that's where it came from. And
that's crazy.
It was the idea of like one of the components, the main components of life is just the will to survive, that you will survive no matter if you want to be alive or not, because like, people die in their sleep and people live through horrific car accidents and there's no real control that we have over that. And then you could be sitting there with, like in the second verse, I talk about that. I would sit there with a knife on my wrist in like second grade and I wanted to do something, but it wasn't in my power. It's just not something that I could do. So I knew, there was something that put me here and something that took me out of here. And that's when I started believing in God, even though I was really whacked out on
So you didn't believe in God when you wrote the song?
No, I actually believed in a God because of that trip. And that's why I wrote the song. Because I was like, man, there's got to be something that put me here and took me out.
So what brought you to believing even in the slightest idea of God was doing acid?
Yeah, it was an acid trip.
Mind blown right now just from that.
Yeah.
An acid trip brings a young man to God.
I don't know what to tell you, man. This is
so
how it happened.
Now that wasn't what put you over the edge, though.
No.
There was still some stuff that happened after that, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, I mean, vaguely, because it's a very long story, but I just got too heavy out there, too far out, and everything kind of fell apart.
Talking about drugs.
Yeah, and everything kind of fell apart, like I lost my girlfriend, lost the place I was staying in. All my money just kind of disappeared out of my bank account because I had this expense and that expense, and it all just fell apart. So all I had was my mom and God, and I didn't want to be alive because that was, as the Will to Survive explains, like that was my background, that was my role model, that was my example, and so I just wanted to end it. And the only thing that really saved me was my mom bringing me down to the church, and then like he showed himself.
So Justin was at the brink, right? You were.
Oh yeah.
This was a night. Now, the way you've described it to me, this was a night where it was either the end or something insane had to happen.
Yeah.
And something insane happened.
Yeah. It was actually a very specific series of events that kept me alive. Mm-hmm. And looking back, you can obviously see, like, he was like, no, you're not. It's not over yet. See, and so he made it happen.
See, this is a crazy thing. And, people don't understand depression and anxiety and all this stuff. And it's so real. It's so terrifying. Mm-hmm. If you meet Justin now, I mean, if you know him at all, he is such a happy dude. He's so chill. He's so cool. You don't see a guy who was on the edge of death. Mm-hmm. There was a point where it was like we may have been reading about him in the news the next day.
Yeah. And
then all of a sudden, he goes from that to who he is now. Deep into drugs. Mm. And then boom. You find God, and drugs are no more.
Yeah. And it was hard. It was very hard because I just went cold turkey on some heavy stuff. And, I mean, there were 3 days where I was just laid up in bed, like cold sweats, every inch of my body hurt.
Like they're depicted
so
in the movies.
Bad. Yeah, I mean, it's real.
Dang.
But, I mean, it was just so worth it in the end.
Do you have something you want to say, McKenna?
No. I'm just sitting here and like, everybody's probably like, where'd she go?
She's here. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing. You know, you hear these stories all the time, but you don't. A lot of times, you don't know. Like you don't know someone who's had this story. You don't you just hear about the story. Oh, this guy was like, he went. You know, okay. Great example. Third Day put that song out a couple of years ago. What was it? I Need a Miracle. And, you know, there's a verse where it was a story about a guy who drove down deep into the woods and thought he'd end it all. And he was about to commit suicide. And he decided he was going to turn the radio on for the last time. Mm-hmm. And he turned it on, and a Third Day song was on. And it saved his life.
Yeah.
And so, like, you hear these stories. They're crazy. Like, these people are, you know, they're done. They don't know what else to do. They're at that point. They're about to kill themselves. And for some reason, they make this decision. And that decision turns into their life is saved and completely changed forever.
That's the will to survive, man.
It's crazy. And that song, so the chorus of that song, Justin's talking about, well, you tell it. What are you talking about in that chorus?
The chorus is, it's like what is keeping me, it's holding me so strongly. God says he's needing me while he walks with me arm in arm. Please show me the reason, Jesus, I need to be forgiven. Before I knew my purpose, I know I was living sinning. And so, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I tried to make it as simple as possible and, you know, just really break it down.
It's so crazy that this was written before you even really believed in God.
Yeah.
Like, that's what blows my mind.
Yeah, before I ever knew that he existed. I mean, that was the thing. Like, I was like, man, there's got to be something. There has to be something.
Yeah.
But then...
This song seems like it's almost like it's Christian rap. It's not... You know, I don't like the term Christian rap just because of what Christian rap is. You know, like, Jesus loves me, this I know, to a beat. I'm not down with that as much. But, like, this song, you know, it's clean, for one. I'm sure... I know you said there were a couple words that you modified after the fact.
Some words, yeah.
But when I remember you telling me the song, it was a few words.
Yeah, it was... Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, is if you go back to Kwik on his SoundCloud, Kwik _music, you go back before that song, KWIK, name drop.
_music.
You go back before that song, and it's, you know, it is what people think of when they think of hip-hop. The people who don't like hip-hop. You know, F this, F that, you know, all that, you know, talking about drugs, talking about women, talking about, you know. This song was from the same guy, and it was written before God. Now, when you listen to music after The Will to Survive, from that on, totally different. Yeah. It's a different artist. Yeah. It's a different artist altogether. He's a different person.
Me, you know?
Yeah, it's insane. It's really crazy to watch. It's like your SoundCloud is your story.
Yeah.
Your SoundCloud is like your autobiography.
That's why I haven't deleted anything, because I mean, I have everything I've ever released.
That was going to be a question I asked. Yeah, because a lot of people are like, why would you leave your secular, you know, stuff on there?
Yeah.
But I do remember we had that conversation right when The Will to Survive came out. I immediately messaged you on Facebook. We weren't... Yeah. So our backstory, kind of real quick, was we had a chemistry class together in high school.
You said real quick, so...
Anytime we say the word quick, it's like an immediate thing because it's a rap name. So Justin and I, when I moved to Mountain Home, junior year of high school, I had chemistry, and Justin was in that class. And
chemistry.
And we had some chemistry.
Yeah, we had some chemistry.
Sorry.
We hung out a lot in that class. You know, it was me, you, Carrie,
Melanie,
kind of, yeah. She came in late in that class. She came in like halfway through.
Not me.
Brad
Tucker.
Daggone, son.
Dude,
okay, so dang, I miss him. He kind of got into some trouble after all that.
Yeah.
After high school, yeah. But we were all kind of just hanging out, goofing off in that class. We did really well in that class.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't too difficult.
I think that we had a really good teacher.
Yeah, Miss Bushy was awesome.
She was awesome.
She was.
Shout out to Miss Bushy.
Shouts out to Miss Bushy.
Let's shout. Let's just shout right now, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. We had a lot of fun in that class, but you were kind of, we weren't in the same crowd.
Not at all.
Not in any way. I don't like who I was in high school.
I don't really like who I was either. I don't think anybody likes who they were in high school.
I was that Christian kid who, people almost didn't want to be themselves around me because they thought I was judging everything they were doing. And I bet I was. I think I was kind of that judgmental, like, goody two-shoes kid. I've never been a good kid, though.
I don't know. I always thought you were chill, man. But I didn't really give a crap back then.
No, dude. So you were always like trying to box people and stuff. You were just. But we talked a lot in chemistry about riding around in your car and listening to music together, and we never did it. No. And I've never told you this, but I'm going to be honest now on the podcast.
All right.
I never wanted to because I knew you were smoking weed and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I had never been around it, and I was scared of it.
Oh, dang.
I was just scared of marijuana.
Dang.
That's crazy. I was very sheltered somehow. I had a lot of crap go on in my life, but still,
good,
after all of it.
You were probably, it's better safe than sorry hanging out with high school Justin.
Yeah. I think it was a good call.
Yeah. No, I think it was.
But I did end up missing out on your music, and your music is awesome. I'm not missing out on it anymore, though. So The Will to Survive came out. This was a couple years out of high school, right? When did this when was this?
Yeah, I was 20. So it's been a couple years since then. So
we hadn't talked or anything. We were friends on Facebook and stuff, but we didn't talk or anything, I listened to your music, but I never said anything about it. And then, well, actually, no. What did happen was we had our band. Yeah. McKenna and I had a Christian band. And we were following you on SoundCloud for a while, but then you kept posting these songs, that weren't, along the lines of what we were doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, I don't want to do this. I didn't want to do it, but I had to tell you, I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but we have to unfollow you.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because
I don't remember this.
I don't think
you made everybody aware.
Yeah, I don't think I made everyone aware of it, but we were following him to support him because he was another local artist and we were good friends with him. But I was like, man, we got to unfollow you because of our image. We're trying to portray a certain message, and your music's going to show up as stuff that we're following. And
I think I was pretty relaxed about it, though.
Yeah, you were really cool about it. You were like, oh, I get it, man. It's all cool. But I did feel bad.
That's all.
You've always been a really nice guy. I just want to kiss you right now.
Oh my god!
If these mics weren't in the way,
that's what I remember about you. You were always nice.
Man, yeah. So
I feel like I wasn't back in high school.
You were and you weren't. Like you were always a good guy, but you were kind of douchey.
Yeah,
you were just being dumb, and you were a dumb kid, and whatever. It's fine. So The Will to Survive came out, and I was like, "Whoa, what, dude? What? He's talking about God?" So I immediately messaged you on Facebook. I was like, dude, what is this? And you told me your story. And I was like, okay. We exchanged numbers at that point, and you called me, I think, and we talked on the phone for a couple hours.
Dude, we talked on a nightly basis, though, as I recall.
We talked all the time.
Every single night. I would go out to my garage and we would have a conversation on the phone for at least an hour.
Yeah. We became really good friends at that point.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot together.
Oh, yeah.
We go through... At this point, we're best friends.
Oh, yeah.
In the entire
There's
universe.
no doubt about
like,
it.
Not any doubt. Like, now we have, like, conference calls in the mornings.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, it's great.
We're having sleepover. Yeah, so you moved in with me when we moved to Jonesboro.
Yeah, it turned out well. I mean, living with him was fine. I ended up, you know, in the hospital.
Yeah, I had to lay down the law, and he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
No,
So
it was our wedding.
it was the month before our wedding, so we got married in July. Justin and I moved in June. We moved out here in June, and we stayed together. The whole point was we were going to spend that whole month just making music, putting out an album. We were going to kill it. We were going to do so well. We did absolutely nothing.
No, we didn't, man.
We just lived life. But you know what? We had a good time together.
Mm-hmm.
We cuddled on the couch.
I don't remember that.
I don't either. No, I was working late nights,
Yeah,
and you were
interesting.
working, and we did try to get into music, but
we made some cool stuff, but
yeah.
we really just had a good time.
If we were to do it again, though, now we would
it'd
definitely
be ridiculous.
Oh
man.
my goodness, music would be going crazy. We're 26 minutes in, and we are not even down this list at all. So I'm going to fast forward. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's a hard question to really answer. Like, I hope. I don't know.
Declare it.
I hope on stages where I can actually speak to large amounts of people.
Yeah.
And say the things that I think that our generation needs to hear, because I feel like that's like my whole point, and I know I'm still not there yet, and so that's why I say 5 years I'd like to be there, but
yeah. I
still have to get that mentality and find that in myself to be able to put that out in the first place.
Yeah.
But that's where I mean, I can't really say. I don't really know. I've had a lot of confident moments where I've realized, like, dang, dude, I could really do this in a number of 3 to 5 years and be somewhere where I want to be.
But I fully expect that a couple of years from now, you're gonna be kind of sitting pretty. I think.
I hope
you're gonna be somewhere. Nice. I really. So you're what your style of rap is what a lot of people today call kind of lyrical rap. In a way, like basically, what I think of when I hear that term is someone who's actually saying something.
Yeah, as opposed to like some mumble rap, I guess.
Yeah, or just talking about drugs, alcohol, sex, drugs, and alcohol. That's what a lot of people think of when they think of rap. They just think of gangsters just doing stupid stuff, shooting people, and bad things. That's not at all what most rap today is not like that anymore. But people don't really know rap. They've kind of written it off.
Yeah.
Logic's not like that. Joey Badass. I don't care for Big Limbo. I won't even get into him. But Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
All these names today,
Big Sean too.
Big Sean for sure. I mean,
Cole,
he does some stupid stuff, but Big Sean's. Oh my goodness, that album.
Man.
Bigger Than Me. Oh my goodness, so good.
But there's also a lot of good underground artists that are saying some stuff, man. Not even Binks. I'm talking smaller. Like, there are people out there who are really saying no, not even. I'm not that small. Okay. But like people who are out there and they're saying some real stuff, and I see a revolution in hip hop. Like, I see that.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
It's just it's working its way up there, and eventually it's gonna happen. It's gonna be like the new old school, minus the old school beats, but plus the lyricism and the message.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy what rap is becoming. People are saying real things. It's like people are using their voice.
Like rap is like becoming more popular, because I notice listening to the radio, the pop songs even have like a little rap to them, or
there's a lot more rap in the popular radio.
Like Kendrick Lamar and Taylor Swift. I was like, what,
dude? Yeah, what? Kendrick Lamar is an acquired taste, but that's not a bad thing.
No.
That's more of when you immediately hear him, a lot of people just want to write him off just like that. But if you take the time to understand what he's saying, listen to what he's saying, listen to how he's saying it, I think his flow is one of the most insane things.
Dude, I mean...
How does he do what he does?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's when you have to ask that question, that's how you know someone is great. It's insane. I think it's really cool what's happening in rap right now. I think that I'm excited about it. The thing is, like, I don't really feel bad about this anymore. I felt really bad about this at one point, but if someone were to ask me, you know, like, oh, what's your favorite old school hip hop artist? I wouldn't have an answer.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about hip hop of the past.
Yeah.
But I don't feel bad about that because hip hop right now is the best it's ever been. I know that I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying something like that. There's so many people out there who would like, what are you saying?
I mean, you will get a lot of crap for that.
Dude, I honestly believe that this will be the era that people talk about.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely believe that. But
you can't go talking smack about Tupac or anything like that. You can't say anything. You know, Joey Badass, isn't he the one that said he's bigger than Tupac?
Yeah, I think so.
He didn't say it meaning any hate. He's just saying like, you know, we're evolving as artists, and that's so true. That's so true. So, what do you have going on right now? What are you working on? Are you working on anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on some stuff. Like, I can't be too specific about what I'm trying to do. But I'm definitely about to release at least one music video pretty soon. Yeah. Not extremely soon, but pretty soon. So everybody can kind of be ready for that. It'll be my first music video, so I'm extremely excited about it.
Yes, that's going to be fun.
And we're going to try to make it as good as we possibly can because, you know, I put the same energy into my music, and I don't want anything surrounding that to be any
nothing
less than what I
subpar.
can do.
Yeah, dude, you are one that I will say, I've worked with Justin a lot, and it's not okay to do less than perfect for you. You're very much a perfectionist when it comes to music.
Yeah,
very much. When it comes to music, don't go to his bedroom. Holy cow, he's not a perfectionist all the way around.
I cleaned it up, man. I cleaned it up. I had to.
We won't get into what you call cleaning up, but
bad.
Justin's a perfectionist, and he won't put out something that he doesn't feel great about. And so, I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. This is going to be really fun to see what you got going on. I mean,
yeah, it's going to be.
Okay,
it's exciting.
I want to get real.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I'm putting you on blast.
Okay.
All right. You used cuss words in one of your recent songs.
Yeah.
Your latest, I think is it your latest release?
Yeah, the latest is released. You're talking about.
Okay, so one of your latest releases, okay? But you also talked about God a lot in your music.
Yeah.
So, what's up with that, my guy?
That's a very, very good question. You know,
this is a serious topic.
Yeah, this is very serious to me too. Coming into Christianity, you know, I was so full-fledged opposite, like living life completely opposite of anything that had to do with before. Christianity. And,
okay.
So, you know, when I fell into it, I was very much into the scripted idea because I was learning and I was growing, and I definitely grew a lot. Like, holy crap.
Definitely.
I can't explain it. But, you know, I'm at the point where I guess my relationship with God has grown quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And so I'm starting to realize, like, that's what that song was about. That was the purpose of putting cuss words in there. Because, you know, like, I'm not perfect. And as you said, like, I am a perfectionist. And so when I put myself out there, obviously my room's not clean.
Yeah.
But that's because, like, nobody's coming in my room for the most part. But so what's inside of me, you know, is very private. But when I put myself out there, I'm always trying to be perfect for everybody, you know, for social media and for my music and all that. And I just got tired of, like, I wanted to be real. I wanted to show that I'm not perfect and show that I have mistakes and show that I'm still hopeful in God and I still have faith and I still have a relationship with Him because, you know, I feel like when I go into church, and it's nothing against churches by any means, because it is a good outlet to find your at least weekly connection to God on a deeper level and really get in there with a bunch of people. Fellowship is amazing, but I feel like we go into church and we hide who we are for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to be real with the people that do listen to my music, and hopefully the people they share it with, because
I love that.
Perfection is not existent.
Yeah, exactly. So my biggest issue with Christian music has become like, it's all perfect.
Yeah,
it's all bubblegummy and exciting. You know, oh, it's a good morning. Like, come on, really? I mean, how often as a Christian do you wake up singing like real happy? You know.
Yeah.
Of course, there are days where you're happy. There are days where you're super joyful. You're so grateful for what God is doing in your life, and you're so excited. But you know what? You are a real human being.
Yeah,
I do not believe that you're happy like that all the time. And every Christian song, it seems like, is all happy. And, you know, I'm a good person. I say good things. I'm going to say some spiritual stuff. There's no way you're not at home. Jesus, you stub your toe and you don't say a bad word every once in a while. So, you know, and you know, people are very upset. There was this story that I shared on Facebook recently. It made me really happy to do this. This guy said, okay, so he said, let's just throw out a number. 30,000 people died in third world countries yesterday.
Dang.
What's worse is you don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
What's
even worse is that you're more upset that I just said shit than the fact that 30,000 people died yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what religion is doing, and it makes me very upset because, you know, people are so focused on what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Instead of loving each other and being, you know, human beings just die. And every single day people die. Horrible things are happening in countries overseas, but we live in America.
Yeah,
we live in America, so you know there's not that much bad stuff happening. Really, it's just people are naughty, and we need to get on to people for not believing the way we believe.
Yeah,
that's what religion's become, and so we're upset with people saying naughty words. We're upset with people
drinking on the weekend.
Drinking, oh my gosh, we're upset that people are homosexuals, and instead of loving them and trying to give them an outlet, we say, no, I won't have anything to do with you. Target is okay with homosexuals? Not going to Target. I'm not going to Home Depot. I'm not going to Starbucks. Anyone who says that we're cool with the homosexuals, are we loving anybody right now?
It's
very frustrating. And I'm not saying that this way of life is...
vice versa too, because Chick-fil-A, you know, there's so many people who are like, well,
people hate Chick-fil-A because the owner spoke out that he wasn't down with it. But you know what Chick-fil-A did recently? You know that shooting in Orlando at that homosexual nightclub? Chick-fil-A gave free chicken sandwiches. They gave breakfast for free to. They just took it out there, and we're helping people out and just being there for people. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be loving people. Yeah, you don't have to agree with people. You know what?
No.
Generally speaking, you won't agree with anyone.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We're all wrong. That's my thing. It's like none of us are right 100% about everything. I don't believe that we are 100% correct about everything that we say. Mm-hmm. And you just need to understand that we're all here on this earth, and we're all wrong, and we're all making mistakes. We're all slipping up, and we need to love each other.
Yeah.
You think cussing is wrong. Okay, I think that cuss words were invented well after the Bible was written. Are we going to talk about that? I guess we probably won't, because I don't want to get into that. But I know I'm opening a can of worms by even discussing this, and I didn't plan to.
Dude, the bottom line for me is like, and that is the song My Faith. This is the whole point of the song My Faith, is that I'm going to be real no matter where I am.
Yeah.
Because I know God is watching me everywhere. He's also watching me at church. He's not just watching me. Well, he's also watching me outside of church.
That's the thing.
He's not just watching me
Absolutely.
at church. So I'm not going to be someone that I'm not just for the people, because then I'm not at church for God anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So really what it is like your relationship with God is your relationship with God. And denominations, I think it's a bunch of nonsense, because they're forgetting about that idea. Like, you are here in your own pattern. your own way by God's creation.
Don't give me your list of
serve
rules.
your own purpose.
Yeah, for
you
real.
know?
I mean,
so like everybody's here for a different reason. We can't sit here and tell each other, well, no, you're not here. Like, no.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
Just be at peace and love each other while we have the chance to be here all together.
Yeah. We could talk about this for a long time.
Yeah, no,
we
really
have.
could. Yeah, we have.
We have.
Yeah.
We have these conversations a lot. We are coming down to the last 4.5 minutes of broadcasting time with the setup we have. So we can only record for 45 minutes at a time right now. So, I would love to talk about this all night, and we probably will outside of this. But I want to quickly get to the last few questions. They're pretty lighthearted.
Cool.
How does the world of hip-hop shape you as a person?
I mean, kind of how I explained earlier.
Do you feel like your entire life is kind of almost to a point? Your style, who you are, is kind of hip-hop, right?
Definitely. My style, like how I represent myself, is very much
hip-hop has really kind of created you, I almost say.
Yeah, I mean, really it has, but it's just because it was always there. Like I said earlier, it's always really been something that I've loved. I mean, I went through my metal phases and stuff when I was a little skater kid and all that, but like...
metal is good, too. I'm a big fan of metal, actually, still.
I don't know, man. It shaped me. Yeah, it's my style. It's the way I represent myself, but I try to still find, like, the good. Not to say anything is bad in hip-hop, just because, you know, I respect whatever you're putting out.
It's all really art.
Don't care. But, yeah, I'm talking the stuff that they put heart into, the message. Like, that's the stuff that I try to take and, you know, put out there.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So what does music do for you then, specifically? I mean, you're talking about, you know, you're really listening for that message and you're trying to get their passion out of it and taking that. What does that do for you?
Well, man, I listen to songs like I listen to music like it's a study guide.
Yeah.
Like, I listen
kind
to
of opens your mind.
Yeah.
To design the right time.
Yeah. Some logic. No, I listen.
Yeah.
I listen to music and I listen to the producer, how he laid out the instrumental. I'm not very good at producing instrumentals, but I also heavily listen to audio engineering. And that's,
so you're really dissecting it.
Yeah, when I listen to a song, it's not just like, ooh, yeah, I like this beat, which is
that's
most
important.
Things like I listen.
That's important. I have more respect for a guy who likes Taylor Swift because of something that she's saying and what she's doing more than I like Taylor Swift because it's fun. I'm getting down.
Yeah.
Like, for one, though, I mean, honestly, you're not going to like Taylor Swift if you actually listen to her, what she's saying. So forget Taylor Swift.
I'm not hating. She's not bad.
Man, whatever.
I had an ex-girlfriend who was obsessed with her, though, so I kind of ruined it.
Yeah, I don't really have any ex-girlfriends. I married the first one.
Yeah, you guys are lucky.
Yeah, I mean, I had those girlfriends, quote unquote, you know, that you have in elementary school and going up, but like
young player.
Yeah, I was a young player, but you know how we do. Inspirations right now.
My inspirations, Logic, obviously, everybody knows that's a huge inspiration to me. J. Cole, obviously. J. Cole. Those are very mainstream, though. I definitely think Tupac will always be one of the big inspirations for everybody just because he was way ahead of his time, speaking about things that are just unbelievable at that time in history.
Yeah.
Also, Outkast. I love Outkast. I really like Tribe Called Quest when it comes to old school stuff. Common is... man, I just really like Common. Man, 50 Cent, obviously, you know, Eminem. I could go on and on.
You can't just not say Eminem. I don't think anyone today could say that Eminem's not an inspiration.
But, you know, I listen to a lot of music. I could list everything, but I don't think we have enough time for that. So
who are we listening to right now?
We've been listening to Binks.
Binks.
Yeah, Binks.
That's a no-name almost.
He's up and coming, man. He's up next, but dude, he's good. He's so good.
Joey Badass. We discovered him at that concert, really.
Yeah, really, that's how it went down.
Listening to his latest album's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, Big Sean.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I've listened to Kendrick Lamar's older stuff, so I can't say that I'm down with it, but...
It's good. It's good. It's always been good.
Yeah. So we've got 30 seconds left. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, Justin, for coming on to this. This is
thank
awesome.
You guys. Seriously,
we'll definitely do this again. We plan to do one with Wes, too.
That would be dope.
We've talked to him. That'll be really cool. It'd be really cool for all of us to get together.
Yeah. That'd be really cool. Different spectrum.
But
different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. But we want to thank you guys so much for listening. We're gonna post this today. It is Friday, and we're gonna come back on Tuesday. Thank you for listening, guys.